Why do we sit here being silent, watching our leaders turn into tyrants? Have they forgotten which side they're fighting for? Checks and balances set aside and rule of laws, youths and ours, and Constitution openly ignored. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Is it time for right and left to join a greater cause? Man, I'm not okay. The rich claim to be victimized just to attack the marginalized. Is 1% really worth more than all the sick and poor? Always preaching about fellowship while planning their dictatorship. Now we've seen how all of this plays out before. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Time for you and I to join our country's call. Man, I'm not okay. Ever wonder all the mystery, why they whitewash our history, keep dividing is their plan? All in all, such a scam. Algorithm very sly, only used to spread the lies. Politicians know well, hate is simple to upsell. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Time for you and I to join our country's call.
America, we got to get back to doing what's expected of us as free citizens in this democracy. That means being tolerant, being respectful, staying informed, and being engaged. I'm former Congressman Joe Walsh. Follow me here and join the millions of Americans who are renewing their social contract with each other. The social contract, it's on us. Hey, happy day after New Year's, Friday, January 2nd. Former Congressman Joe Walsh with you. I hope you all had a wonderful day yesterday. I did, and enjoy the rest of this weekend, this long weekend, right? It's felt like a 2-week break, right? The way Christmas was positioned middle of the week, New Year's was positioned middle of the week. It's been a 2-week kind of a chill down a little bit time. I'm not going to throw anything super newsy and heavy at you today, this Friday. Thanks for tuning in. Just a couple of points, a couple of thoughts I want to get off of my chest. In 4 days, right? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. In 4 days, it will be an infamous anniversary. In 4 days, it'll be 5 years. 5 years removed from a violent attempt to overthrow an American election. 5-year anniversary of January 6th. Think about that for a moment, though. In this country, in this, the world's greatest, oldest democracy, 5 years ago in 4 days, there was a violent attempt to overthrow an American election. That's what happened. And when you strip away everything else about the election of 2020, and you get all the noise about Trump and everything else about January 6th, and you just strip it down to its bare, naked essentials. 5 years ago in 4 days, thousands of Americans stormed the United States Capitol in an attempt to overturn an American election. 140 some police officers were assaulted. Mike Pence, the vice president at the time, his life was threatened. Over 1,000 people were charged and arrested, committed felonies, trying to overthrow an election in this country. It will never stop amazing me that happened here. And it will never, ever, ever stop enraging me against the man who lit the fire, who set January 6th off, who incited the violent attempt to overthrow an American election. I talk a lot about January 6th. I have ever since that day, because January 6th should have been the wake-up call of all wake-up calls. January 6th should have sounded an alarm in this country like an alarm has never been sounded. Like, no matter our politics, every American on January 6th and after, every American should have been united on the same fucking page, not here. That does not and must not happen here. And I talk about January 6th a lot because the man who incited January 6th, the man who lost an election and refused to accept the results, the man who refused to concede, the man who refused to participate in the peaceful transfer of power, the man who refused to accept the will of the people, the man who then committed crimes himself, trying to overthrow an American election and stop the peaceful transfer of power. That man should be a pariah in this country. What Trump did after the 2020 election should have been utterly disqualified. He should be in jail. He should be a pariah. Because when you think about it, and this was all brought home to me again in the last couple of days with the release of the transcript of Jack Smith's testimony and reading his testimony. And I have reading his testimony page by page, word by word. I just was the bare naked essential facts were put in front of me again. An American president lost an election and committed crimes trying to overturn that election loss. You read Jack Smith's testimony, that's the takeaway. That's the gist. I say this to a country where the vast majority of people will not even bother to read Jack Smith's testimony. I'll give you the headline. I'll give you the takeaway. I'll give you the upshot. I'll give you the gist. An American president who lost an election, committed crimes to try to overthrow that election loss and stop the peaceful transfer of power. End of story. That's the headline. That's the takeaway. But that's not the moral of the story, and that's not the most important aspect of the story, because Trump did what he did for the only time in American history. Republican, Democrat, a president loses an election and refuses to accept the result, and then commits crimes trying to overturn the election. Trump did what he did. The real story is us. The real story is what the American people did. Again, a healthy people, a president loses an election, refuses to accept the result, gives his middle finger to the will of the people, and then commits crimes trying to overthrow the election. A healthy people, a healthy country would have in unison said what I just said. That's disqualifying. A healthy people, a healthy country would have held that president accountable for his crimes. He was indicted. A healthy people, a healthy country would have prosecuted Trump. He'd have gone to trial. He'd have been held accountable for his crimes. Outside of that, a healthy people, a healthy country would have treated that president, even if he wasn't held accountable, would have treated that president like a fucking pariah. Like, stay away from society. You did that to our elections, one of our elections. You did that to the will of the people. You have so little regard, such little regard for our democracy, that you said, fuck it, I don't accept what the people say. A healthy people, a healthy country would have sent Trump to Siberia. He'd be a pariah. But instead, what we did was we put that president back in power. Instead, we reelected him. Reading the Jack Smith testimony again, and I went to bed last night obsessed with this. I worry often. I was about to say in my darkest moments I worry, but no, I worry regularly that our democracy will not survive what we did after the 2020 election. I worry that our democracy will not survive what we did. You notice I didn't say our democracy is not going to survive what Trump did, what he did. He did. It's not about him. It's not about what he did. He did what he did. That is who Trump is. No, when I worry about our democracy, I worry about what we did. We put him back in power. How we reacted to what Trump did. This is on us. I worry that we, the American people, are too selfish and too self-focused. I worry that we, the American people, are too partisan, too irresponsible to even care. To even care that a president tried to halt the peaceful transfer of power. Democracy can't survive with a people like that. Democracy can't survive or function with a people too selfish, too partisan, and too irresponsible to care about a president who tried to stop the peaceful transfer of power. This isn't about Trump. This isn't about Trump. It's about us. 5 years later, the story of January 6th is us. It's not Trump. Trump did what he did. Those people who stormed the Capitol, they did what they did. It's what we did after. It's what we did after. We reelected the guy that tried to overthrow an American election. We reelected the guy that pardoned all those people who hurt those cops, stormed the Capitol, injured police officers, tried to hang Mike Pence. He pardoned all of them, but we put him back in power. I put this out everywhere yesterday, and I get back from a lot of people, Trump supporters, not just Trump supporters. I don't fucking care, Joe. Look what Trump's doing. I love what he's doing. I don't care that he tried to stop the peaceful transfer of power. Hey, Joe, I don't care. Democracy will not survive if a people doesn't care. If a people don't care that a president tried to stop the peaceful transfer of power. That's a country that won't survive. That's a democracy that won't survive. And by the way, I'm preaching to a people. I'm preaching to a country in which the vast majority of the people in this country will not even care enough to even read one fucking page of Jack Smith's testimony. That's the story of January 6th that we'll talk about again next week on the 5th year anniversary of January 6th. The story of January 6th is not the story of Trump, and it's not the story of those people who stormed the Capitol. It's the story of what the American people did after January 6th. That's the story of January 6th. And look, I cannot tell a lie. I worry that we've already crossed the Rubicon, that there's no turning back. I worry regularly that this experiment in democracy cannot survive what we've already done post January 6th. I hope I'm wrong. I'll spend the rest of my active days trying to prove I'm wrong. But I worry we've already passed that point. And by the way, if I'm offending some of you, because I get from some on the left, hey, Joe, it's not a we. I didn't vote for him. I never voted for Trump. I've been a never Trumper. I'm a Democrat. We the American people, your fellow citizens, all of us, the American people, all of us, if you want to break us up and split us up now, right? If you're not part of the same country as the people who voted for Trump, then tell me that now. And yeah, there are some people pissed off at me for saying that the American people are too selfish and too partisan and too irresponsible to even care about what Trump did. Yeah, a healthy country, in a healthy country, Trump never would have been reelected. In a healthy country, Trump would be in jail for what he did. He committed crimes trying to overturn an American election. A healthy people would give him his day in court, but he'd be put in jail. But a healthy people, a healthy country wouldn't put him back in power. It's on us. I don't blame Trump. I blame us. And if that means, oh, Joe, I'll never be able to run for office again because I'm saying the American people are too selfish, too partisan, too irresponsible. It's on them. Yeah, it is on them. The American people need to grow up. The American people need to wake up. The American people need to think outside of their own bubble and begin to care about what really matters. And the results of an election, stopping the peaceful transfer of power, trying to overthrow an American election, these things are essential to democracy, and they matter more than any policy disagreement. And if the American people can't get off their ass and care about that, then we will lose this thing. And it will be ours to lose. And we will be to blame, not Trump and not the folks who stormed the Capitol. The American people will be to blame because we were just too fucking busy to care. We were just too damn important to care. We were just too partisan to care. But we didn't care. I hope I'm wrong. And I'm going to try to prove myself wrong. But as the song, as the new theme song of this show, man, I am not okay. We're not okay. We're not okay as a nation because it should matter to all of us. Republican, Democrat, Independent. We're not okay. We're not healthy right now. We are not. And the body politic, the American people, got to get okay and got to get healthy, or we will lose our democracy. Plain and simple. Hey, two other quick points. Zoran Mamdani was sworn in yesterday. Congratulations to him. And as a new Democrat, I am, who disagrees with Mamdani on a lot of issues, probably most issues. Again, I wholeheartedly endorsed him when he won the Democratic primary. The Democratic Party tent should be big enough for Joe Walsh and Zoran Mamdani. Mamdani was sworn in yesterday. Gave a big old speech. For many, an inspirational speech. He had one line in that speech that I vehemently opposed, and most people on center right opposed. Keith, play what Mamdani said yesterday.
Long these communities have existed as distinct from one another. We will draw this city closer together. We will replace the frigidity of rugged individualism with the warmth of collectivism. If our campaign demonstrated that the people of New York yearn for solidarity, then let this government foster it.
Stop.
Because no matter what...
Thanks, Keith. It was that line which has lit a fire. It's that line that went viral. We will replace the frigidity of rugged individualism with the warmth of collectivism. Let me just be clear. No. My response to what Mamdani said there, will replace rugged individualism with collectivism. Short answer, no. Hell no. Fuck no. And even if I give Mamdani, and I will, the benefit of what I think he was trying to say, he was using it more figuratively. We all have to come together and be our brother's keeper and look after each other. We're all in this together, blah, blah, blah. Even if that's kind of what he was alluding to when he said collectivism, he shouldn't have used that fucking word. He shouldn't have used that word. And he should not have said anything will replace rugged individualism. You want collectivism, the community, to go along with individualism? I'll talk to you about that. But we ain't replacing in this country rugged individualism. Rugged individualism founded this country. Individual freedom founded this country. Nothing replaces rugged individualism. It was a bad thing to say. Whoever wrote that line should have rewritten it before Mamdani said it. We don't do collectivism here. Nothing replaces individualism. Yeah, we got to look after each other. And yeah, we are all part of the same community. And yeah, our government and our churches and our civic organizations and our charities and our neighborhoods and our communities, man, a good, healthy country. We've got individual freedom and we're all looking after those less fortunate than us. We're all in this together. I'm with you. I'm with you. But don't use that word collectivism, because that word collectivism has a history, has a meaning. Like the individual is subservient to the collective. Socialism, communism, that's not ever the case here. Individualism does not take a back seat to anything here. I'll spend more time on this later. I went off on this last night, and most of my new Democratic friends got angry at me. I'll tell you what does crack me up, though. All of the Trump supporters and all of MAGA jumping all over what Mamdani said and jumping all over collectivism. And by the way, I utterly oppose what Mamdani said. But it just cracks me up tonight, last night, and today, watching all of MAGA and all of these Trump supporters scream about Mamdani, communism, while they simultaneously embrace Trump and authoritarianism. If collectivism has no place in America, authoritarianism has no place in America either, my MAGA friends. If you want to scream and call Mamdani a communist, well, why are you embracing Trump, a fascist? If you believe collectivism has no place in America, neither does authoritarianism. And yet, my MAGA brothers and sisters, you are so in adoration of Donald Trump, you've completely forgotten that. It just cracks me up, right? Because of what Mamdani said, the MAGA right screaming about communism as they embrace a dictator, as they enthusiastically embrace a fascist, as they enthusiastically embrace authoritarianism. Collectivism has no place in America. Authoritarianism has no place in America. I'll win no friends saying this. I oppose the left's collectivism, and I oppose the MAGA right's authoritarianism. Are you with me? Do you agree with me that neither one has a place in America? That's enough. My last thing, Keith, my last thing is Paxis. There it is right there. There's the GoFundMe site right there. I am so excited about this. You've heard me talk about it and push it every day. If you're sick of me pushing it every day, I apologize. Not really, kind of. It's just, you know what? I'm no issue animates me more than what these masked federal agents are doing on our streets, detaining and disappearing Black and brown immigrants off of our streets. This is not who we are. This is not what America is. What ICE is doing right now is not what America is. We must not let it be what America is. ICE is out there every fucking day. They've been doing it for months, targeting and terrorizing brown and Black immigrants. And it's okay to bitch about it and yell about it. I do every day, and post about it and get angry about it. I do every day. But we have to do something. Do something about what ICE is doing. And we've found the do. We've built a Know Your Rights app for every immigrant in this country to use who's being targeted and terrorized by ICE. A Know Your Rights app that immigrants in this country can use to lawfully fight back against ICE. An actual tool that our immigrant brothers and sisters can use. We've built it. The first working version of this app will be out this month, sometime in the month of January, right now. And we are raising money, as you all know, to distribute it once we've got it into the hands of the families in crisis, the immigrants who need it. This is where you come into play. This is where you can do something about what ICE is doing. Contribute to this. We are purposely crowdfunding the money we need to build and to get this app out there into the hands of the people who need it. We're purposely crowdfunding this app, this Know Your Rights tool, because I want thousands of Americans to all on our GoFundMe site make a contribution to this thing, because Trump can't come after thousands of us. He can threaten the head of some company. He can threaten some CEO who's trying to build an app to help immigrants go after ICE, and he's done that and he's scared them away. He can sick his Justice Department on any individual. He's doing that. But if there are thousands and thousands of us who are all behind this app, Trump can't come after thousands and thousands of us. That's why we're crowdfunding this tool. It's called Paxis. You see it right there, paxis.app. Write that down, put it on your forehead, put it on your fridge. Paxis.app. That's the link to our GoFundMe page. Take a minute today or over the weekend and go to our GoFundMe page. We're really close to our next goal of 50 grand. We're at about 43 or 44,000. We're almost at our next goal of 50,000, which will give us the money to work with the folks who we need to work with to distribute the app once we've got it. Go there, give what you can. Read all about Paxis, what it is, what it does. It's cutting edge stuff. Again, giving immigrants the tools, all of us the tools. Heck, giving American citizens the tools, what their rights are when they're filming ICE, when ICE pulls them aside or tries to arrest them for trying to help their immigrant neighbors. What are your and my rights? It's all there in Paxis. Go to our GoFundMe page, read about it, give what you can. And then do me one more favor. Share that link, Paxis.app, with everybody you know. Encourage them to contribute. The more of us, thousands and thousands of us who contribute, then this will be America's app. We the American people will figuratively own this thing that will help our immigrant brothers and sisters. So there's the pitch, there's the spiel. It's right there, Paxis.app. Paxis.app. That's our GoFundMe page. Go there, read about it, give what you can, and share that link with others. Have a great rest of your Friday. My email, my Substack. Go to my Substack if you want to subscribe here in January. You want to get yourself something new here in January, become a subscriber to my Substack, Social Contract with JoeWalsh.substack.com, all one word. You subscribe to my Substack, helps to keep my voice out there. You want to shoot me an email about anything, please do. All one word, the social contract with Joe Walsh at gmail.com. The social contract with Joe Walsh at gmail.com. Have a good Friday. Have a good weekend. See you next week. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, follow, and share The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple, Spotify. Plus, don't forget to subscribe to The Social Contract on Substack. This has been The Social Contract with Joe Walsh.